cannot believe we're doing this right now.
Yeah, bro, this is surreal.
Bro, we've been trying to do this for I don't know how long.
I mean, I literally moved to another city and came back just for this, so it's pretty big.
All right, what's up, guys? I'm Chris. This is Zack.
What's up, y'all? What's good?
And welcome to the No Cap Sports Podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, we've been really dreaming about this one.
I mean, this is something, I'm really passionate about. I'm really passionate about this stuff. I love sports. I love everything about this. Yeah, this is like literally, I'm speechless right now. Like I'm shaking it. This is insane to me.
Yeah, bro, this is the first one for you.
Yeah.
It's tough to do a podcast. This is gonna be something that's a little bit difficult for us, but I think we're really gonna be able to roll through this.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna need a little adjustment period, but I'll get it.
I'm sure you'll get a lot of
feedback. Y'all. I'll get used to it.
You'll get some feedback from the people.
Yes,
They'll
sir.
let you
Yes,
know
sir.
if you're doing it good or not.
Let's get it.
All right, Zach. So first episode, what are we starting off with, man?
First episode, I want to start off with football, of course. College football going on right now. We're 7 weeks in? 8 weeks in?
Yep, we're about that far.
Yeah, I'm a Michigan fan.
And this is the part of the podcast we're starting off early. I'm going to let you know right now.
Let's just get out the way.
All right.
I'm a big Michigan fan. Diehard Go Blue fan.
Shea Patterson sucks. That's all you're going to get.
See, yes.
You won't get any more from me.
Chris is an avid hater of Shea, sadly.
For a good reason.
Shea hasn't had the best year, but he hasn't been horrible. So, I mean.
Understatement.
How?
I think you're overstating how good he's been.
Not really.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you right now.
Did you watch last game?
I don't have to watch the game.
I mean, but...
You guys win with run game and defense.
False?
All right. Check the stats. I don't need you to check them right now. Everyone watching this, bro, like, you guys...
See...
You guys don't have to watch the game. If you look at the box score, right now. Shea Patterson ain't taking them nowhere. They've been taking L's. They're lucky they got some W's on them.
We've taken 2 L's.
All right.
2.
To good teams?
Top 10 ranked teams, both of them.
Okay.
Let's get that out the way.
All right.
Because I'm a Michigan fan, so obviously I know torture and I know, heartbreak every year against Ohio State.
Fire Harbaugh?
Since 20... No, we are not talking about that right now.
All right.
We'll
talk about it a little bit later.
We'll get into that, but sadly I do know about the heartbreak playing Ohio State every year and playing Urban Meyer's kids every year.
Well, you've got Michigan. You guys are at least a little bit successful this year. I, on the other hand, have had to watch one of the worst teams in all of college football play.
Superior?
Florida State.
Ooh, bud.
It's been rough this season for Florida State.
Let me just say real quick, I'm a huge Willie Taggart supporter. I love Willie Taggart. I love what he does at programs from Oregon to USF. I like how, he's a really good recruiting coach, really good,
No, I feel you. That's supposed to be what he was good at. But he's not bringing in anybody that Florida State could use to win.
That's because Florida State's
game.
alumni are going to scare him out of there before he gets anything
done.
Bro,
I don't. That's false. False.
How?
False.
Have you heard of your fan base? They're
false.
They're so toxic.
False, bro.
Okay.
100% false. You want to know why it's false?
Why?
Because why are you not going to want to go to a team that has recently won a national championship? Why? What would be the point of not going to that program?
Why Jimbo want to leave?
Why Jimbo want to leave? Come on, bro.
Was it money?
Bro, come on, it's money. Always money.
Oh, okay.
It's always money.
Okay, and what is he doing at Texas A&M?
Bro, they're winning a little bit.
Where?
They're winning a little bit. Bro, they're in the SEC.
And?
Bro, tell me right now. I want you right now. Look me dead in the face. Right now. Look me dead in the face. You're telling me that a team that was probably going to be the middle to bottom of the SEC
A&M
is now usually a ranked team.
You're talking about A&M?
A&M. Because of their coaching.
Not in the past couple of years.
Bro, I don't want to argue about Jimbo right now. I have a lot of feelings about Jimbo.
Not a big fan of Jimbo. Let me get that straight.
I love Jimbo. Jimbo brought us a title. Brought us a natty. He's got my heart, man. And I'm disappointed that he wanted to leave us, but I understand. Business decisions are business decisions. And at this point, we had to move on. And, fandom has been now claimed. We've got Michigan, Florida State.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the Heisman race.
Okay.
This is gonna be a fun one.
For sure.
Especially with the injury to Tua now. So Tua, we don't know how long he's gonna be out.
He had surgery, I'm pretty sure.
Did he?
think so. You might want to check that, Danny, but I'm pretty sure he had surgery recently.
Yeah, so Tua was the favorite, at least coming into this week.
And
but now, who do you have as your favorite, Zach? And who am I going to argue with you about?
So I'm really torn between these two players right now because Jalen's been balling out.
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts has been balling out at Oklahoma, and it's great to see that because I have nothing but respect for the kid. I think he's a great player, great work ethic, and he's somewhere where they want him, and he wants to win. And he's having fun, too.
Yeah, no. I mean, as we've seen over the last few years, Oklahoma produced Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield, Heisman's.
Exactly. And this could be 3 years in a row, which is unheard of for especially from Oklahoma.
Well, what it has to come down to is coaching.
100%.
That system, bro, you want to play quarterback?
Hell no.
I mean, if I could play quarterback there. That system is, bro, one read, somebody's open.
See, I'm too big for all that.
And if not, you run.
Yeah, I'm not fast.
I mean, we're not athletic, but
I'm a thick boy, homie.
I mean, like it was. Baker was able to just air it downfield. Kyler, air it downfield, run when he needed to. Jalen, he was a running quarterback at Alabama.
Exactly.
And now what?
Running.
He could throw the ball and he runs the ball.
Well, I mean, and he had his Heisman moment last week.
Okay.
And he had a little razzle dazzle there, and I think that's big for him, especially for his Heisman bid.
So is that what you're going with? Is that where you're staking your claim?
No, because Joe Burrow has been consistent all year and has been balling out against SEC teams that are, for the most part, pretty good.
So now you're going to use my argument of SEC teams being good now against me.
100%, yeah.
Even though you wanted to just say,
well, okay,
a minute ago that Texas A&M being in the SEC, whatever, there's a middling team.
I mean, we're talking about their defenses here. We're not talking about every single SEC team
all right.
overall.
So Joe Burrow's your guy.
Yeah, I'm a low-key LSU fan. Brand new LSU fan. I'm just riding the bandwagon on that one.
I remember when you sent me the text.
Newest LSU fan. Let's go.
Michigan
go Tigers.
Is getting blown out, and we have the
against Wisconsin.
Against
sadly.
Wisconsin whiskey. And
shout out to my Oshkosh boys, by the way. Shout out to Alex. Love you, baby boy.
Anyway, while you were getting blown out by Wisconsin, I remember you said new LSU fan right here. Joe Burrow's my Heisman. So he's been staking that claim for a few weeks now.
I mean, just by looking at his numbers, honestly, I have his numbers right here. 2,484 yards, 29 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Like that's pretty good against SEC teams.
This is arguably the best quarterback to ever play at LSU.
By far.
And if it were 10 years ago, 12 years ago when Jamarcus Russell went number 1, he was seen as the project guy, big arm, could do it all. Joe Burrow would probably be the number 1 pick 10 years ago, 12 years ago.
Oh, 100%.
Nowadays, he's fighting to be even just the 4th quarterback in his own class.
Or even be mentioned at that point. I mean,
it's tough.
I mean, right now, media, though, is giving him a lot of attention, a lot of hype, which is
Yeah.
good to see, It's good to see them give a little flavor and not just same carbon copy every single time.
No, it's good. So, Joe Burrow, if, I was voting, in the next probably week, he would probably be my second place Heisman voter.
That's fair.
For me, especially with Tua being out, I'm going to stake my claim on the other guy you talked about, Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
As much as I want to say Justin Fields to make you mad, as much as I want to say Justin Fields to make you mad.
Get out of here with that garbage.
Fields just doesn't have the yardage.
No, sir.
He's got the touchdowns, just not the yardage.
I mean,
so when you look at Hurts has a 74% completion percentage with 2,074 yards, 20 touchdowns, 3 picks, and 705 rushing yards with 10 touchdowns.
Huge.
He's running for so many yards. It's crazy. And then when you just compare it to Fields, so Fields is 70.7% completion percentage, but only about 1,500 yards. 22 touchdowns and 1 pick. Now, that's impressive.
That's, really impressive. I'm not going to take that away from the kid. That's
and then
awesome to see.
291 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns. So touchdown-wise, they're even.
Yeah.
Turnover-wise, Fields wins. Yardage-wise, it's not even close.
Jalen.
Hurts is miles ahead. So, Zach, I don't hate Burrow as my Heisman, but not Fields. Hurts is my guy.
Yeah, I'm torn on this, man. I really am, because Jalen's been balling out, but so is Burrow, and he's been consistent, and I like that. I like consistency, but I don't know. It's close. It's too close to tell right now. Yeah. If I had to give it right now, though, I'd want to wait till that LSU-Alabama game to really be comfortable with what I say.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks from now.
For now, 2 weeks from now. I'm saying I'll go with Jalen. I'll go with Jalen.
All right. So
I'll change my mind on that. I'll go with Jalen.
So that's good though, because that shows that they're that close.
They really are.
It's really not that big of a difference. So off of the Heisman, we do have a few big games in college football this week.
Yes, sir.
So we'll go ahead and just run through it real quick. So the first one that I'm going to go ahead and start off with is actually going to be Wisconsin and Ohio State. Your favorite team, Ohio State.
Do you want me to give my opinion on that game?
You can do whatever you'd like.
I mean,
this is no cap for a reason.
We're going no cap. I hate Ohio State. I hate everything about them. Their work ethic, their cockiness, their arrogance towards us. We show them respect for the most part, and we don't get a lot of respect back. Granted, they've been whooping our asses for 7 years. But, there's a point in time where enough's enough, you know what I'm saying? And, I get it. You guys have bragging rights. I'm drawing a line somewhere.
And you know what? And that's why the Ohio State.
Did they trademark that?
The Ohio State University.
Is that trademarked?
The Ohio State University will win this game.
100%.
And not only will they win this game, they'll probably win by about 3 touchdowns.
And sadly, I agree with that. 100%. Yeah.
I was really hoping for a little bit more there.
I don't see it. Jonathan Taylor is their workhorse.
Their best running back.
Their workhorse.
Best running back probably in the nation right now.
Up by far. I mean, the only person close to that is Chubb Hubbard from Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
But
I was really hoping we were going to be able to fight this point. I was actually really excited to. I was really hoping he was going to say Wisconsin was going to win this game.
Because I don't see Wisconsin winning. Again, shout out to my Oshkosh boys. Love you, Alex, but I don't see Wisconsin winning.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess that's a quick one.
Yeah.
We both took the Ohio State University.
The clowns of Ohio. Yes.
All right,
yes.
Anyway, they're going to win. And they're going to win the conference, and they're going to go to the playoff. Yeah?
Clowns.
All right. No. All right. All right, next game. Auburn, LSU. Big game in the SEC.
LSU. Go Tigers, baby.
Joe Burrow for Heisman?
Yes. Oh, maybe.
And then we've also got, I guess this is sort of a big one in your conference as well. Penn State, Michigan State.
Penn State.
Yeah, no, it's not close.
Michigan State's looking horrible this year.
And I know you're going to hate State, too.
D'Antonio's, actually, you know what?
Are you going to say you got respect for State?
Their little brother. Sorry, little brother.
Oh, man. The old Florida State, Florida, how we feel about them, they feel about us sort of thing. Michigan State sort of thing.
But you know what's funny? Michigan State fans, Penn State fans, Purdue fans, Wisconsin fans, we all get along because we all hate Ohio State. They're trash. Again.
All right, anyway. We don't have to keep talking about Ohio State. I know you love them, but you don't have to keep talking about them.
I'm butthurt. I'm not going to lie.
I could feel that. And then another one in the conference. Notre Dame and Michigan.
Yes, sir.
And the Fighting Irish are going to absolutely destroy you guys.
I don't believe that. I really don't. I think it's going to be a close game.
Why is it going to be close?
I think Shea
is garbage. Yes, next point.
Oh, my God. He's not garbage. I think Gaddis is doing well on the field with them. That's giving them a point of view and a perspective they needed.
So
if you guys watched the Penn State Michigan game, you guys would have known, we made a comeback. We were making a comeback. 4th and goal. Patterson threw a great ball. Ronnie Bell couldn't, drag it in. That's okay though. We don't hold it against the kid. The kid's a student athlete.
So if I were to come out and say right now that Notre Dame's quarterback Book is going to have 4 total touchdowns against you guys this week, would that be outlandish? Because I think that this is going to be like a 35-14 game, and you guys are just getting blown out.
I don't think we're going to get blown out. I don't hate that 4-touchdown comment because, honestly, our DBs haven't looked great this year. Just a lot of mismatches, a lot of rookie young kids who don't know what they're doing out there. They need more time, more guidance, more development. But I think it'll be closer than 35-14, 100%.
I mean, are you taking Michigan?
Yeah, I'll take Michigan.
Well,
I think we can get Charbonnet going, and if we get Charbonnet going, that opens up our run game, which opens up our pass game. DPJ, Tariq Black, Ronnie Bell. We have kids there. Nick Eubanks. These kids are there to ball out, and that's what they do when they get the chance to. They rise to the occasion. Ronnie Bell had that exception, but up until that point, he was balling out that game.
Notre Dame by a lot.
Michigan squeaks it out.
All right. So that's for college football this week. Those are really the big games.
Yes, sir.
Nothing else is really that big this week. So let's move on to baseball. So as we're recording this right now, the Astros are about to go down 0-2 to the Nats.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know, they had an attitude, man.
Yeah, man.
I've been rooting. So I'm a Yankees fan, and once the Astros took us out, I was all in on the Nats. I think it's great without Bryce Harper. Even though I love Bryce Harper, big Bryce Harper fan. I love that they're able to do this, and this is finally the year they're unleashing Strasburg. They're letting their pitchers go. I mean, they spent a lot of money to bring in guys who can really do this, Scherzer, Corbin. So they're putting it together.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Tigers fan. Worst team in the league, but
we don't got to talk about that.
We're rebuilding.
It's okay.
We're rebuilding.
We're on the World Series.
Yeah, I just want to point out, we have two former Tigers pitchers going out there. They're balling out, but I don't. Houston's not looking great.
I mean, really, it's crazy. These Nats bats, man.
Going off.
I mean, Garrett Cole was a guy who hasn't lost in the last 25 starts he's been out there.
Yeah.
And in game 1, they lit him up for 5 runs.
Even just this game we were watching, second game, Suzuki hit that homer.
That took the lead. And
beautiful bomb.
In the matter of an inning, it was 10-2, and they really just took over.
Big momentum shift. Yeah.
I mean, and these are both games in Houston. These are 2 away wins for the Nats. They're about to go home, and they could potentially win it on their home field.
Yeah, could get a clean sweep.
So how are you feeling about that? You think this is going to be Nats, even if it's not a clean sweep? You think it's going to be Nats, or you think Astros come back?
The way they're playing with confidence out there, I could see the Nats taking it.
Are you going to lock that in? Are you taking the Nats?
I'll throw it up there. Yeah.
Okay. How many games?
I'll give it 5 games.
All right, I'm gonna go clean sweep Nats. I'm not even. This team has looked just unstoppable.
No hesitation there.
You know what it is? Is in playoff baseball. This is the beautiful thing. You just need to be on a run.
100%.
You need to be hot. The Nats are. They had to play the play-in game, and they've been on fire. And they might be the hottest team.
Oh, by far.
And if you're on this streak and you're hot, that's all you need.
But
it can carry you.
I really don't see them getting overconfident either. I think they're keeping their composure.
They're
really
very
well.
level-headed for being a young team. They've got some vets on there, but
insanely young.
Like you've got like Howie Kendrick being like one of the leaders on the team, Zimmerman, and you've got the young guys all around, and they're just producing.
Yeah, 100%.
So I mean, if we're both taking the Nats, I mean,
can't agree more with you on that.
I think that's a pretty good place just to end baseball right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So what do you want to talk about next?
Hockey.
Hockey.
Let's get it.
Woo. Man, season just started.
Not looking good for my Wings.
Hey, man. Hey, you guys started off hot.
We started off on a 3-game win streak. Mantha was killing it that first week. 4 goals in 3 games. We looked great. Let me rephrase. 4 goals in 1 game. Yeah, Mantha had that 4 goals in 1 game. Looked really well. We started off real hot. We still don't have a captain, which I think that's really affecting us right now, especially because we're on a horrible losing streak. We just lost to Ottawa tonight, 5-2.
We're what, 8 games in?
10 games in.
10 games in?
Yeah.
It depends on the team. We're 8 games in, the Isles. So.
Oh, yeah, we're 10 games in with Detroit.
Yeah, so like I just said, so the Isles, my team, man, started off opposite you guys. We were cold. We went up against some of the best teams. We played Edmonton, bro. Like, we're playing up against a team that, which we could talk about a little bit, but probably going to win the Stanley Cup.
I can see them winning it. I really can.
We'll talk about it in a second because we'll get there. But like the Isles, man. So we sort of tried to revamp and sort of like reload. And the team last year, they played really well. We made it almost to the Cup. Like we were almost there. So they brought in Varlamov to be the goalie, which early in the season just did not look good. They still have Greiss there as the backup goalie, and I like Greiss, but Varlamov has stepped up in the last few games. And the biggest thing with the Isles right now is they are the like overtime shootout kings. They've been winning every game in OT. They've been down 0-2 with like 4 minutes left in the third period.
I mean, that shows grit, though. That shows grit that they have on that team.
Yeah, bro. Trotz is like the guy. Like A1 coaching right there, keeping the team in it.
100%. 100%. That's something that, a lot of these young teams don't have yet, but it's good to see. They're getting used to, fighting through every single game till the very last buzzer and trying to win.
Yeah, especially after so last season was our first season without John Tavares. And so we needed to replace that. And, Matthew Barzal really stepped up for us. And this season, he's doing it again. He's sort of just being the guy that's going to lead us out there in the attack. Game in, game out, week in, week out. He's the guy who's going to be the one that's sort of carrying us everywhere.
Yeah, I see that.
And then, the defense has been a little rough. I mean, I can't lie. There's a lot of things that you would really hope would be better, especially on the defense, especially if you're going to play, the 4 lines.
Yeah.
You really need all your defenders to be stepping up, because if not, you're going to lose a line. You're sort of just going to be playing 3 lines all game. Guys are going to get more tired. Guys are going to be, you're going to learn the tendencies against the opponent. The opponent will have the advantage. And the Isles' biggest thing right now is on the attack. They're 30th in shots this year, which is a horrible thing. But they're 5-3, which they're outplaying their statistics.
That's great, though. Like, you can't complain about that. They're, like I said, playing with grit. But, yeah. When we come, you want to talk about the ship now?
Yeah, we go right to the cup, bro. If you want to go to the cup, we can.
Let's go ahead and go to the cup.
All right, so
Who
you can go first. You go first.
See, I can see a lot of teams winning it. Right now, I know you're probably not going to like this one.
Bro, go for it.
I see the Caps. I can see the Caps doing it.
I mean, that's not a surprise.
Yeah.
Ovi. Yeah. Ovi or Crosby?
Ovi.
Thank you.
By a mile. We don't like Crosby either. Crybaby Crosby.
We don't talk about Crosby on this
podcast. We don't talk about the 08 Stanley Cup either.
Oh? You're a little...
08 Stanley Cup.
You have a little... Are you hurt? Are you hurt?
We have a better franchise. That's all that matters.
Oh, God. All right. So you've got Caps.
Yep. I got Ovi and TJ, good strong duo up there. They're playing good.
And I'm going to take the kid Connor McDavid and the Edmonton Oilers. I think he's going to carry them so far. This team is going to be outstanding, and they already are.
I'll talk about that in a second. I just want to touch on, though, too. What do you think is going to happen with this expansion draft? Another one with Seattle coming in.
I always like expansion drafts. You saw Las Vegas, nice prime example. What did they do the first year they came into the league?
Made it to the Stanley Cup.
They were there. The expansion draft, it literally is like
sets them up for success.
It sets them up for instant success because these are guys that are in the league already, that are ready to go.
Yep.
And if you're going to be hungry when a team says, "Yeah, we don't want to keep you," like that automatically makes you a more hungry player. And the Knights came out that first year and they showed like they're for real. So I think Seattle, they're going to have a quality team, like no doubt about it.
I know there was talks of them getting rid of Calgary. I don't know if that's happening still.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
I mean, if they got rid of Calgary, how would you feel about that?
I don't like that. I don't
like getting rid of teams in Canada.
100%.
Especially with hockey.
I mean, I'm a Midwestern boy. My bad. I'm a Midwestern boy. Born and raised in Detroit. So, I mean, I grew up watching hockey. I grew up, learning how to skate, all that stuff. So, I mean, that taking that away from especially Canada, Canadians who love hockey, they breathe hockey.
It's basically their sport. It's their national pastime.
100%.
And taking away one of the teams, especially for a large region
like
of
Calgary, yeah,
would be disappointing. It would be disappointing for the league.
I mean, a quick little story. I go on cruises a lot. I met a lot of people from Canada, a lot of great Canadians I've met, especially people from Calgary. But I met this one guy, big Canadian hockey fan, big Calgary fan, and we ended up talking about that a little bit, chatting about Calgary almost, maybe getting dropped, and he wasn't too happy about that.
No, I mean, I would agree. If I was a fan of Calgary, it's sort of like
even with their losing records, though, I mean, they still got the fan base. They still got the potential there.
It's the same thing with Seattle with the Supersonics. So all the Supersonics fans hate the Thunder. They despise the Thunder, beyond belief. They hate everything about them because they're the reason that Seattle doesn't have a team anymore. Was because Oklahoma City was just a better place, which I won't lie. Oklahoma City fans are very good. They are always show up. They're rowdy. But
for sure,
the classic Seattle crowd, it's disappointing. So now Seattle's getting a franchise in hockey, and hopefully people will show up to that and showing that Seattle is a place that wants their sports teams.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, guys. So we're gonna take this quick second here. We're gonna go to it's something on this podcast. It's gonna be called Chris's Corner, where I'm gonna go ahead and take about 5 minutes of your time. We're gonna talk about basketball because, as much as we love sports, one of us isn't a big fan of basketball.
It's me. I'm not the most seasoned basketball fan. I'm pretty new to watching basketball and actually understanding the game. So.
I mean, but you've got a good strong team to learn from.
Yeah.
Don't watch Detroit basketball.
We just won tonight. Let me put that out there.
Okay, yeah, you guys are 1-0.
Yeah, Andre took off tonight.
Yes.
It's great. D-Rose out there. I think that's a good team for me to learn from.
If you want to. If you'd like to. You could do that.
Would you rather me watch Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Big Nets fan here.
Yeah, I would. I would actually like you to watch Brooklyn.
I mean, teach me, I guess.
All right, well, if you sit through this 5 minutes, maybe you'll learn something.
For sure.
Maybe you'll learn something.
Hey, let's learn together, guys. Me and you together. We're in this together, bud.
All right, guys. So this week, man, game 1 and game 2, we had New Orleans. And, man, they play fast. And we knew they played fast. But they play incredibly fast. And that game against Toronto, Siakam took the load. I mean, this is a guy who last season won Most Improved Player. And he could very well win it again, especially having to take over for Kawhi. Kawhi is a guy who we saw in the second game, can carry a team. He's a closer. This man took the Clippers with Lou Will and willed them to victory over the Lakers, who, when you look at LeBron and AD, it was a fairly disappointing game for those two. We were promised excitement.
Yeah.
We were promised showtime. And all we got was, I didn't want to say the word, but I'll say it anyway. We got shit time. It was not good. LeBron was point LeBron, and we thought, man, point LeBron can body a point guard.
For sure.
And man, he only scored 19 points. This is LeBron James, a man whose career average is 27.7.
That's pretty underwhelming.
And you're scoring 19 on point guards. Point guards, LeBron. Come on. You guys posted up 28 times. The last team to average 25 post-ups in a season per game, I think, was the Knicks in 2016. And we remember the Knicks of 2016. That's not a good team. LeBron, AD, Showtime Lakers. We want to see a takeover. I'm not even a Lakers fan. I want to see a takeover.
I mean, I'm new to this. Let me see a takeover. Let me see some
see.
Big basketball.
We want to see a takeover.
Yes, sir.
And then tonight. So we're recording this on, what's today?
My birthday, October 23rd.
There you
Wednesday,
go.
October 23rd.
Happy birthday. Hashtag blessed, make it a 20.
Appreciate it, guys. Blessed to see 20.
All right, so tonight we got to see the Timberwolves. Karl Anthony Towns. He's the man. Dude was on fire from 3 tonight. We saw the Nets, new look Nets. Kyrie Irving score 50.
And still lose.
50 in an opening night. The record for a Nets.
Which,
hold on, this is a fun fact for me because I'm a Nets fan. The best Nets debut scoring wise was D'Angelo Russell with 30 points.
Oh, wow.
This man just scored 50 in his Nets debut.
I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Kyrie either. Like that's impressive. No matter who you are, that's impressive.
And then you watch the Cavs. Kevin Love back, grabbing boards. He's healthy. He wasn't scoring much, but man, he could really be
he was putting work in down there.
And you got the Magic. Man, hey, Markelle Fultz. My man came off the bench and scored, I think, 12. That's good. I love Markelle Fultz.
Solid numbers.
I want to see him do good. And then we roll to the Hornets and Bulls. What a surprise. I knew there would be no defense in this game. But, I mean, the Hornets, man, Dwayne Bacon. Dwayne Bacon was the man who took over. Not Terry Rozier. Not Malik Monk. Dwayne Bacon.
That's wild.
And PJ Washington, rookie. That's insane. The Bulls, man, they're a deep team. Very deep. I like how deep they are. I think they might make the playoffs this year. But they lost. They lost to Charlotte. Man, Lauri Markkanen, though. Insane game. If you guys play fantasy at all, that's an insane play this week. But, you know, they really looked good, but they couldn't bring out the win tonight. And then you roll over to your Pistons. Andre Drummond.
32.
And Luke Kennard. Put in work. And you know what? I'm going to shout out D-Rose, too.
Yeah.
D-Rose had a nice game.
Yeah.
But on the other side, Pacers. I mean, they paid Sabonis, and Sabonis played like he got paid.
Yeah.
He played very well. Well deserving of the contract. Didn't get the win, though. And the Pacers are supposed to be one of the top teams in the East. So we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, definitely.
76ers Celtics. This was supposed to be a big game of the top 4 in the East, and Celtics look bad. Celtics real bad. I think it's just a bad matchup. Ben Simmons looked great. Embiid started bleeding. He didn't play the fourth quarter.
Wow.
He got hit in the face.
Tough.
Celtics, Kemba Walker, new addition, didn't look too good. He got bodied by Ben. Ben's just too big. Kemba's small. Might be the smallest point guard that starts who's a star in this league. That's just that. Heat Grizz. Jimmy Butler sat out. Tyler Hero came in. And Point Justice took over. Crazy. Point Justice. We're what now? 5 or 6 years into his career, and we're finally getting this Point Justice. I think he had 27, 7, and 7. That's great. I'm impressed. The Grizzlies. Hey, they showed a little bit of heart. They tried to fight. They've tried to fight back into this game. Ja Morant, they should be excited. He's a young kid, second pick overall.
14-4-4.
Yeah, 14-4-4 in his debut. Could have been better, but, they're the Grizzlies. And the Grizzlies aren't going to be very competitive this year.
Yeah.
And then you move on. Spurs Knicks. For 3 quarters, it looked like the Knicks were winning this game. They were going to win this game. And then the fourth quarter happened. And they imploded.
Wow.
Yeah. Julius Randle looks great. We knew he was good. We knew he was this good. But, can he carry this team? Probably not. The starting lineup, I don't know if you guys saw it. The Knicks rolled out there. They rolled 3 small forwards.
Yep.
2 power forwards. That was it. Alonzo Trier played 4 minutes. He was technically starting.
7 minutes.
He got 7 minutes. He was a starter. Spurs. Greg Popovich. He coached him up, told him, you better come back in this game. We're not losing to the Knicks. They didn't. LaMarcus Aldridge. Bryn Forbes. Carry this team. They got Dejounte Murray back. That's great. He's a great player. He got paid. And that bench is deep. Rudy Gay. Derek White. It's a good team. The Knicks fought. Good for them. Wizards Mavs. Porzingis is back. Luke is a monster. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Wizards. Team is horrible. Bradley Beal didn't look too great. Rui Hachimura. Decent debut.
They're putting too much on Bradley, though.
Well, yeah,
without John Wall there, yeah.
He's got it. They started Isaac Bonga, Ish Smith, Rui Hachimura, and Brad Beal. Thomas Bryant. Team's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City and the Jazz. What a surprise, Oklahoma City, man. A lot of people didn't see this. They were a team that, they got the trade done. They got rid of PG. They brought in Chris Paul, and, Chris Paul wasn't too bad tonight. He had 22 points. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, very good player. He showed up tonight. He didn't fill the stat sheet. He just scored a lot. But that's okay. Danilo Gallinari, same thing. Kept them in this game. But that Utah Jazz team, this is the new look Jazz. They've got Donovan Mitchell just carrying them, which is surprising because, I thought maybe Mike Conley would maybe step in and be able to carry them. This is the vet. But Donovan Mitchell was the leader. Rudy Gobert, decent game. Not great. Didn't score a lot. But he's a defensive whiz. And then finally, we gotta end the night with the Nuggets and the Trailblazers. This game isn't over yet, but this is, if you guys remember the Western Conference playoffs last year, that 7-game series was probably the best series in basketball in a long time. It should be interesting to see where these two end up in the West.
You also got the Suns and Kings going on.
And the Suns and Kings, yes. Which the Suns look very good tonight. Very good, which is nice for Devin Booker, Ricky Rubio, these guys, DeAndre Ayton. I'm excited for the Suns. They've got a future. It was a process. And it was a rough one, and it was allowing Devin Booker to score 70 points. And then you go to the Kings. The Kings should have been a team that this season would have made the step up. Last season, they were almost a playoff team. This season, they should still almost be a playoff team. But they should go backwards. They're not going to be as good as they were last year. They paid Buddy, and Buddy plays well. They drafted Bagley last year, and, as of right now, the Bagman's not looking too great. It doesn't look like he's fitting in. So it'll be interesting to see how the rest of this plays out.
Yeah, definitely.
For me right now, if I was picking after one game, who I'm taking in the finals, as my finals matchup. It's going to be the Clippers
For sure.
and the Bucks, and they haven't even played a game yet.
No hesitation on agreeing with that.
And the Clippers are winning.
Yeah, Clippers look great.
All right, guys. How we do on Chris's Corner? I feel like that was all right.
Yeah,
A little quick
good.
rundown.
Yeah.
It might have been a little bit longer than 5 minutes, guys. Sorry about that. But you know what? I'm not apologizing after that. I feel like that went pretty well.
I mean, you gave insight. You did your job.
I feel like that went pretty well.
Yeah.
All right, man. This is your time to shine.
Yeah. Now we're moving over to my favorite. Well, one of my favorites. We're talking about the UFC now. I'm a big UFC fan. Chris, how you feel about the UFC?
No, I love the UFC.
Yeah?
I'm a big fan. It's tough. I'm not going to say right now that I've got the extensive knowledge that you do.
Yeah.
When it comes to UFC fighters, but I'm somebody who loves to watch it. I love combat sport.
Well, I mean, we can start off talking about somebody you know pretty well.
Oh, come on. I think everybody knows him now.
Greg Hardy.
Greg Hardy, your favorite. Another one of your favorites.
What are you doing, bud?
All right, so let's recap here. So first things first, Greg Hardy, former football player, very good football player, and unfortunately in his life he's made very bad decisions.
He likes to beat up women.
Okay, he made very bad decisions in his life.
He likes to punch people in the face, especially women.
And he also has been cited with drug possession,
cocaine.
But he decided that he wanted to test his hand at MMA, and since then he's been undefeated.
I put a little asterisk next to that.
Okay.
I mean, he did have one DQ loss on an illegal knee.
And he also has a no contest, which was in his last bout.
Yep, because
I mean, okay, so this no contest in the last matchup was because of a use of an inhaler before the third round. And what is understood is that you're not allowed to use anything.
You're not allowed to use anything like that, especially in between rounds when you're gassed. Your lactic acid's built up in your arms. You're gassed. You're tired. And then because you have some sort of a asthma, you get a pass for that.
And especially with especially on the broadcast, the biggest thing was the announcers. They were even asking, like, is this even legal?
It made them look unprofessional, which is horrible.
Like,
for
they don't know
sport.
the ruling. And then there was a point where they came back on the air and said, Greg, he asked an official, UFC official, and the official said he was A-okay to use the inhaler.
Actually, some new stuff came out. The official actually didn't say anything to him once he said, so the way it happened in between third rounds, he asked the official, can I use my inhaler? Official asked, was it approved? Hardy responds with, USADA approved, yeah.
A lot of things are USADA approved.
Yeah. Caffeine's USADA approved, but you're not allowed to take it in between rounds.
John Jones.
The Pico King. And I'm a huge fan of John Jones. I love you, John Jones.
Is somehow USADA approved. But, we don't have to talk about John Jones right now. We don't have to do that to him.
Yeah, but...
All right, so after that, Greg Hardy. So, inhaler use, no contest. And then this week, we saw an unfortunate injury. It was actually a staph infection. Took a fight that Alexander Volkov had. It took it away from him. Volkov was supposed to fight Dos Santos, right?
JDS, yeah.
Yeah, and JDS
had to withdraw
with a staph infection, so Volkov needed an opponent.
Greg Hardy said, I'll step up to the plate.
And funnily enough, who actually made a really big comment on that? Francis Ngannou. On Twitter, he said, oh, I want this fight with Volkov. And then after they announced Hardy got the fight, he said, that's funny. I love the UFC. So, I mean, we've been talking about this we've been talking about it in the last few weeks about we really want to see just Hardy go in with Ngannou just so we can see him get beat.
I want to see him get pounded. I really do.
So with Volkov. So Volkov's going to be his next opponent.
Let's clear something up real fast. I think it's really important to understand just, who Greg Hardy is as a fighter. He is a stand-up guy who's going to throw everything at you within the first 30 seconds.
He's got bombs.
He has huge bombs. Granted, he has been fed by the UFC countless times.
Now, as we're talking about this, that is a common practice for guys that you want to be pushed to the top.
100%. And he has that draw from,
NFL.
He has a household name.
Greg
Whether
Hardy.
it's good or bad, it's bad publicity is still publicity. The UFC looks at it. Still publicity.
Yep.
That's still going to feed him views. So I get what you're doing there, but it's so counterproductive and it's so bad to give somebody like that a platform to where he's only been really a mixed martial arts person for a little bit over.
Almost 3 years.
Actually, he just hit the 3-year mark
His
in
3-year
October.
mark just happened.
Yeah, so he still is very rusty. Still, his mechanics, especially with his striking, he has good head movement. Really good head movement.
Yeah, I brought that up to you earlier.
Yeah, Combat Wombat was throwing haymakers at him, and he had really beautiful head movement.
Which is surprising, because there's a lot of guys who come into MMA and, they're starting, they're fighting, and, they're getting these early knockouts. But then you see them going up against somebody who can actually throw a punch at them and last past that first round.
Yeah.
And they're not really moving. They're not defending. They're not, bobbing, weaving, moving the head.
Yeah.
And Greg Hardy actually defends fairly well with his head movement.
Yeah. I'm telling that looked beautiful. He has really nice fluidity with that. He knows what he's doing, where he's moving with his head, where his body should be lined up, and that's good for him. When it comes to his punching, though, he loads up, he just throws whatever. And for a lot of these fighters, that overwhelms them. A lot of these kids that they're feeding him to, that overwhelms them. And that's what scares them away.
But that's common. There's a lot of these guys who come in the heavyweight division or a light heavyweight
100%.
division, and they're just power punchers.
Right now in the demographic of the UFC, that's probably one of the weakest divisions.
No, it's 100% the weakest division. I would say it's 100% the weakest division.
Besides the flyweight division, yeah. Because the flyweight division really isn't moving anywhere. Because they got to wait on the Cringe King, Triple C, Henry Cejudo, and what he wants to do. Because, it's double champ. Triple champ, excuse me. He's got a Olympic gold medal. In case you didn't know.
So Greg Hardy is going against Alexander Volkov. And I actually have some of Volkov's past decisions and bouts up on my phone. So I'm gonna let you know these real quick. So his last 5 fights is a win over Timothy Johnson, split decision. He's got a win over Roy Nelson, decision unanimous.
How long ago was that fight?
I'm not sure. He's got a win over Stefan Struve, giant man, TKO.
Yeah.
He's got a win over Fabricio Verdum, knockout.
That's huge.
And then his last fight was a loss to Derek Lewis.
In that fight, he was
UFC
actually winning, though.
And he was winning that fight.
He was winning that fight up until the last second, where Derek just threw some good shots at him, hit him clean, and knocked him down.
Now let's be honest here. This is the most seasoned person that Greg Hardy's going to see.
But he also has a glass chin.
Again, this is the most seasoned guy Greg Hardy is going to see.
For now, I'd say yeah.
Because, if he wins this fight, it's Ngannou.
I don't think...
Because Ngannou's going to want it. At that point, he wants it. Especially after what he said.
I don't think that Hardy would take that fight. I really don't see Hardy taking that fight.
We gotta play up to Hardy because we want him to be this heavyweight champion of the world.
Yeah, but I think Hardy's going to realize just who he's getting himself, in with, and Ngannou just looks like a beast recently. You
don't think that he's gonna get a big head if he wins this fight?
Who, Hardy?
Yeah,
for sure.
So you don't think he's gonna just take Ngannou?
I think he's gonna run his mouth, but when push comes to shove, he's gonna got a bad knee, got something like that, got to pull out, and then he'll take an easy fight.
Okay, so when it comes to this Volkov fight,
but
how are you feeling? Hardy Volkov. This like fight's in, what is it, 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
Yeah, because they're headlining that fight.
Yeah, that's a headline.
I do see I see Volkov doing really well against him, especially because how he fought Derek Lewis.
Yeah,
I see him doing really well against Greg Hardy, but all it takes is one shot.
Yeah,
and Greg Hardy has that one shot.
So who is your winner of that bout? Because I know you don't want it to be Greg Hardy.
I'll go Volkov.
And I'm going to go Greg Hardy.
Decision.
I'm going to go Greg Hardy knockout round 1.
How soon?
I'm going to say it's going to get outside of 30 seconds.
Okay.
I think it'll be about 2 minutes.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
I respect that.
It's the chin.
I respect that.
It's a big problem.
For sure.
And we've seen recently glass chins just have been getting eaten alive.
Which transitions us into this past UFC 161 fight night. It was the headline Dominic Reyes versus Chris Weidman, and
that fight ended quick.
Poor Chris Weidman, man.
You remember Chris Weidman? Champion Chris Weidman? You remember that?
Undefeated Chris Weidman.
Who
beat Silva not once, but twice.
The man who broke Silva's leg over his own leg.
Oh my god.
And now look, this man has glass chin.
this kills me because you want to see people, especially somebody that's like a trailblazer in their division, succeed so bad, and moving up weight classes is a curse for these guys. It really backfires on them.
Well, imagine fighting at one weight or one weight class
for
years,
years and years,
for years and years and years, and then all of a sudden, in a matter of 6 months, you're going to put on 20 pounds.
Well, see, that's not that they're putting on 20 pounds. They're not cutting as much.
Yeah, they're going to keep what they put on.
In essence, that should help them.
But they get slower.
Excuse me. It's not even that they get slower. It's, I really think it messes with their psyche. That they get overconfident in themselves thinking, oh, I feel great. I'm at 205. I'm still moving. I'm feeling good. But once you get in there with these real 205ers, these actual 205ers who are comfortable there, they feel the power and they're not ready for it. Luke
Rockhold. Same thing.
Love Luke Rockhold.
Last chin. Injured.
Disgusting
knockout. He's always injured.
That staph infection, man.
That was crazy.
Don't mess with that stuff. You can't. You have to keep your health a top priority.
Which right now, JDS, staph infection. Hopefully he can keep his weight.
Oh, hopefully.
Because the staph infection really does mess with you. It's hard to do anything.
Yeah.
And you lose weight.
Well, I mean, and let's just talk about that real quick, too. In that Rockhold fight, he was fighting with a staph infection still.
No, I know.
They gave him a sleeve over
I saw it. It was over the leg.
Yeah, and I mean, you can only do so much. Stuff like that you really want to try to avoid at all costs, making sure your medical, everything is up to date and you're constantly getting checked out by doctors and physicians. It's a big thing.
On 161, what else we got? What would we see there?
On 161?
Yeah.
Who else was on that card? I can't remember what's on my head. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Just let me know what was on there real quick, so we can just quickly roll through it. I remember watching it.
Yeah, I remember watching it. I just cannot remember for the life of me.
Especially because we had a little text conversation about it.
Yeah, we had a good call out there. I mean, Reyes, getting a big head.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, like, it seemed very obvious that he was going to win that fight.
Real quick, we fucked up.
Did you?
It was UFC on ESPN 6, not Fight Night 161.
Bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's my bad.
How dare you call it out wrong?
Yeah, that's on me. All
right, anyway, keep it going.
Yeah, you had Yair versus Stevens. Could not remember that for the life of me. If that was a 5-round fight, Stevens destroys him.
It's okay though. You want to know why? Because it wasn't, and I got that prediction right.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yair started really fast out the gate. Boom, boom. A lot of kicks, a lot of pressure on Jeremy. Jeremy wasn't ready. Yeah, he was ready for that 5-round fight. He wasn't ready for this 3-round fight because he couldn't adapt as fast.
So initially, they had a bout that was scheduled for 5 fights.
Yep.
Which then had to be
5 rounds
canceled, and then they rescheduled with this one as a 3-round bout.
Yep.
So a whole camp was on 5-round bout, and then they had to turn around and do another camp 3-round bout.
Gave him 3 weeks.
Yep.
Like I said, man,
Yair's good.
That Yair, I do not want to take anything away from the kid. The kid's, he's different. That knockout he had against Korean Zombie, beautiful knockout. It's something you don't see every day, especially in the UFC.
Yeah.
But he was losing that fight.
Again, like you said, it only takes one.
Only takes one.
It only takes one. What else we got?
That Greg Hardy South Lee fight.
Yeah, we saw
no contest.
We talked about that.
Joe Lauzon, Jonathan Pierce.
How'd you feel about that one? So these last two, I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't get to see. I was a little late to the party.
Lauzon was all over this cat, and this. You talk about pressuring and kids not these young kids not being used to it, not being ready for it. Jonathan Pierce is 7-4, but he's still an up and comer. He's still new to the game. Lauzon put the pressure on him and just he dusted him. He had a
good for the old man.
Yeah, but
I think unfortunately though for the old man, we don't know if his last fight or not.
Dana doesn't want him fighting anymore.
And he said, I remember, I actually saw this was the thing I saw. His post fight was, I don't know if this is the last one. I'm gonna go home and talk to my wife and kids, and we'll find out.
Uncle Dana wants the best for you, but
Go off with a win, right off in the sunset.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Nobody's gonna take that away from you, bro. You feel like you got it in you still, but nobody's gonna take that away from you.
All right, last one. What was on there too?
You got two more. Macy Barber versus Jillian Robertson.
Quick one on that one.
Macy was killing it. Macy was all over this girl. She could not keep up. She swamped her.
And then the last one.
Deron Wynn versus Darren Stewart. This, I don't really like the decision. Deron Stewart landed 6 takedowns. He got 11 total strikes. He got outstruck by, it was 66-77. Significant strikes, 29-57. So I see that difference there, but you gotta incorporate those 6 takedowns some way. That should be lifted up a little bit more in the judges' scorecard.
All right, man. So that's off the ESPN 6 card. So we're gonna move on to the one that's coming up this Saturday. We've got Fight Night 162.
Yes, sir.
I'll start at the bottom of the main card. We'll work our way up. So this first one, we got Muslim Salikov versus Laureano Staropoli.
Salikov has that knockout power, bro. He's been rolling around his opponents, man. He hasn't stopped.
Now Salikov does have a 4-inch disadvantage in height. And a 1.5-inch reach disadvantage. Do you think that's going to play anything into this fight?
No, I see him blitzing in there.
I mean, Staropoli is 9-1. He's no slouch.
Yeah, no, by no means.
But you've got Muslim.
He can put that pressure on.
I mean, we know how the smaller guys have to fight these bigger guys. You sort of have to get in on them. And you think he'll do that?
Yeah, for sure.
I feel the same way. Next one, we've actually got Dontel Mays and Cyril Gain.
Gain.
It's Gain, yeah.
Gain by far.
I like Gain.
He looks really fluid. He looks really nice.
Yeah, and then we've got Benil Dariush versus Frank Camacho.
Benil.
Really?
Yeah, I think he'll bounce back with this. Start looking good again.
I'm going to go Frank. I think Frank's got this one.
Okay.
Then we got the co-main event on this one. So this is it's a pretty interesting one. It's Michael Johnson and Stevie Ray.
I got Michael Johnson.
Think he bounce back?
Yeah, for sure.
I got Stevie Ray bouncing back.
I think because Michael Johnson, like I said, his last fight against Josh Emmett, he was winning that fight. Winning that fight the whole time. Got his hands down. Emmett caught him, and Emmett has that knockout power that not everybody in the lightweight division sees.
Yeah, I think Stevie Ray comes back on this one.
Where do you think it goes to?
Decision. Yeah.
Okay. I see decision. Johnson.
Main event. Damian Maia, old man.
Ooh.
Ben Askren, the
Funky
youngster.
Ben Askren.
Not the youngster. He's 35.
He's 35.
He's still young in the MMA realm.
But funky.
You think this is his comeback fight after a 5-second loss?
This is a grappler's dream, and
I like Askren.
I'm really excited for this fight. I think Askren can get it done.
I'm a big fan of Askren. All right, so that we just ran through that 162 card. So now this is your favorite thing here.
So this is my little section. He has Chris's corner. What I'm going to be talking about is a fighter to watch. And this, I really just want to key in on, these up-and-coming fighters that are starting to get more and more press, more and more pull, and to make sure you guys are paying attention and seeing how they're coming up. And for this episode, I want to talk about Niko Price. He had a huge knockout win against James Vick, a good, seasoned guy who, sadly is on a losing streak in Class Chin. But yeah, he's been in the UFC since 2016, 6-3 in the UFC. He's had tough losses against Geoff Neal, Vicente Luque, 2 really big guys who are, really seasoned, really good guys. And that Geoff Neal fight, it was back and forth. They both knocked each other down. But yeah, I really see him, I really see him coming up and really being a force to be reckoned with, especially after that knockout. And just, he's so unorthodox, so different stylistically with these guys, that he can knock you out on the ground. He's had 2 knockouts on his back, and you don't see that, you don't see guys like knocking people out on their back, that James Vick fight, you hear that heel hit his chin, and Vick goes to sleep. And on top of that, he throws 3 more shots in there, Can we get that sound on that kick?
Those long arms to work. He's going to throw the legs to the side. Oh my God! James Vick!
Yeah,
that's disgusting, man.
That literally sounds like
that sounds like somebody's getting smacked in the face as hard as they can.
So you're going Niko Price, fighter of the week, one to watch.
Oh, for sure. He's an up and comer who really deserves, all the spotlight.
I hope next week you got somebody a little bit more exciting. I'm kidding. Niko Price, very exciting, guys.
Man, if honestly, do yourselves a favor, watch some of his stuff. You'll really like it. You'll really like his highlights. He's a dog.
All right, guys. I think we're gonna wrap it up there.
Yeah, for sure.
How do you feel about that first episode?
I had a little mistake. I'll own up to that. That's on me.
No, bro, it's all good. Yeah, we make mistakes.
Yeah, I should have been more vigilant on that. That's on my part. But other than that, I think we did pretty well.
Yeah, man. We were able to roll through what we really wanted to talk about.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially the UFC. We love the UFC.
Yeah, we love the UFC.
All right, well, if that's it, you good?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm good. All right, guys, that was it for the No Cap Sports Podcast.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate
Chris,
it.
That's Zach. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Yeah, have a good one.
Peace.